Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The issue of Fulani herdsmen threatening communities in the southwest is still gaining so much momentum. Don't forget that some few weeks ago, it was a case of Sunday Igboho, who is a well-known Yoruba activist, pursuing them out of the Oyo State local government. And but right now, they have decided to move into Ogun State, and unfortunately, Governor Dapo Abiodun is doing little or nothing about it. And right now, despite all the treaty and peace talks that have taken place between the Fulani communities and the people of Ondo State, the story is now unthinkable because they have sent out a fresh threat to the people of Ogun State. And according to the news, palpable fear now grips no fewer than 8 communities in Yewa axis of Ogun State following the alleged threat of fresh attack from the umbrella body of the Fulani herdsmen, the Miyetti Allah. No fewer than 10 persons were reportedly killed, with scores maimed and farmland destroyed in Yewa land, Ogun State in the last 2 weeks. Although the state governor, Mr. Dapo Abiodun, convened a peace parley comprising aggrieved farmers and the leadership of Miyetti Allah, it was learned that Fulani herdsmen have issued a fresh threat letter to the locals on their imminent attack on the Ogun community. The paramount ruler of Yewaland and Olu of Ilaru, Oba Kehinde Olugbenge, had expressed disappointment at incitement from Miyetti Allah. According to him, he said, I have a letter from Miyetti Allah threatening to deal with my people. He told an audience comprising Abiodun and other governors that included Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State, Sani Bello of Niger, Muhammad Matawale of Zamfara, Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi, and Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State. Meanwhile, in a separate interview, Olugbele, the Yewa paramount monarch, appealed to President Muhammadu Buhari, his security chief, and Governor Dapo Abiodun to deliver his people from the imminent annihilation. In a letter he signed, the monarch said the criminals and dangerous activities of these headsmen have so far happened in Ekwa, Oja, Odang, Igan Alade, Egbokutu, and Ijong, Owode Ketu, Ebofu, Iboro, and Emeku Afong, with reports of plans to attack towns in the Yewaland. He lamented that the federal government and the Gun state government are hereby employed as a matter of urgency to act fast, secure the lives and property of our people before it spiral out of control. The royal father, however, warned that the natural rulers in the locality would not watch with folded arms for too long. In this situation, it is not out of place that people may resort to self-help to defend themselves if the government fails to guarantee their safety. At the Abiyokuta Pali, the Miyetti Allah leaders had denied being behind the wanton killings and attack. The national president of Miyetti Allah, Alhaji Mohammed Kirowa, said the association had always been peaceful and that those infiltrating it were mere criminals. Also in the meeting, Abiodun said we must use the opportunity of this party to tell ourselves the truth, not necessarily by apportioning blames, but definitely we must come up and more practical and viable recommendation that will further cement the peaceful coexistence that we have always had in Ogun State. Those fomenting the crisis are said to be non-resident in our state. Unfortunately, the crisis has been exacerbated by some undesirable enemy within and outside the state that whips up ethnic sentiment. They sneak in at midnight, wreak havoc, and retreat after their evil act. Whatever form, color, or ethnic group, a criminal is a criminal. We must condemn all forms of crime and criminality, regardless of the ethnicity of the perpetrators. Only yesterday, Abiodun inaugurated a 20-man peace Keeping Committee on the Farmers and Herders Clash in the state. Inaugurating the committee headed by a former House of Representative member, Mr. Kayode Oladere, in Abiyokuta, Abiodun mandated members of the panel to determine the cause of the ethnic clashes in Yewaland, the losses, and recommend how to forestall recurrence. He gave the committee, comprising state security chiefs, traditional ruler, lawmakers, government officials, representative of Fulani herdsmen, and farmers 4 weeks to submit its report. The governor equally noted that while the committee assignment took immediate effect, his government will roll out palliatives to the victims of the clashes to cushion the effect of their loss. He added that some victims displaced owing to the crisis would be provided with shelter. According to him, he said the first assignment will be to determine what really happened, what happened that disrupted the peace we enjoy in this state and in that particular area for so long, because it is in determining what happened that we will ensure such will not repeat itself. After that, we will now look at what has it cost us, what have we lost. So this committee must determine what it has cost us. A committee will determine how do we ensure these does not happen again. After the submission of the report, which must be within 4 weeks, I am hoping that this committee can even finish the assignment in 2 weeks. Then the committee will now proceed to be a standing committee that will ensure the peace and harmony continue to reign within all of us. Those were the words of Abiodun, Governor Abiodun, speaking in his meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday at the State House of Abuja. Abiodun explained that the president was impressed with the approach adopted in tackling the crisis in the state. The governor said Buhari equally recommended the model to other states in the resolution of farmer and herders clashes. Yesterday, Friday, I had a meeting with Mr. President to brief him on details of what happened in Ogun State because he wants to know exactly what happened. I am pleased to say that Mr. President was very impressed with the way we managed and handled the situation to the point where he had to recommend our model to be adopted in the resolution of such a crisis in other parts of the country. To that extent, he instructed his chief of staff to hold another meeting with us on Saturday afternoon in Ibadan, and that meeting is meant to share with the rest of us how we should or how we resolve this type of dispute between herders and farmers so that we will continue to enjoy the peaceful coexistence that has characterized the state from time immemorial. Responding committee member and lawmaker representing Imelu/Afon State Constituency in Ogun State House of Assembly, Mr. Jemili Agingbade, applauded the governor for his quick action and responses. This is, for me, is good at one hand, but at the same time, it's not totally accepted because, first of all, if a threatening letter like that had been sent, the first thing that must be done is for the government to send in security personnel to protect the area and then allow the committee to do its work. Because the truth is, if you don't take drastic step in protecting the people, the issue of that mayhem will continue. And I feel that the government must do all within its power to see that this whole issue is